it's a hero we don't see often, but Lim does have a pretty mean Earth Spirit, so
10 seconds
excited to see.
remaining.
I think a Earth Spirit Death Prophet lane is pretty decent as well. It's a
5
very
seconds
aggressive lane.
remaining.
Yep. Kind of hard to kill too. You know, one of the still they've nerfed it in the recent-ish times, but still pretty good strength gain on the Ember Spirit. Two strength heroes and a Death Prophet, right, with Spirit Siphon. So if you don't start drafting for damage on Kobolds, so even the percentage damage is something that you need to consider. But have a look at what's out of the pool. There's no Life Stealer, there's no Necro, there's no Death Prophet. So what do you really pick here? Underlord feels kind of slow.
Radiant
Ivan, you
team
can't really
pick.
go. It's like I'm there, Ares. You know.
Sure. You predicted the Earth Spirit, that's right.
Bro, I said something like a clockwork, something to get on the back line. So they went Earth Spirit. I just thought no one picks Earth Spirit these days. By the way,
Ah,
I was watching
10
a
seconds
best of
remaining.
Tim's compilation last night, and there were a few Earth Spirit plays in there. So I'm like,
5
it's
seconds
gonna break
remaining.
out at the major. Who knows?
AV. I mean, you have a lot of very skilled position fours across the world where Earth Spirit can fit into that role, the flashy hero, but it'll be interesting to see if he gets picked up a decent amount or not.
Do they timber here? Yeah, it's a pretty good timber game
I think he's killable though. I think Conker's one of
when
the.
Silver Edge comes out. Yeah,
I think
but
he's very killable. Percent damage on Death Prophet. Earth Spirit's going to go Spirit Vessel. I think Conker's one of the better strength heroes to deal with Timber as well with your chain control.
what do you do against this? Is the better question. Like, feels like they have to Terrorblade, right? Like you need damage, and you need damage early.
You can Ursa, but I think the matchup versus Death Prophet's not a very good lane.
I don't think you can Ursa. DP just goes an early shard, right? And then prevents him from doing anything. Team fights. Have X marks for the similar sort of thing. You'll be able to kick him away. You'll be able to toss him away. Need an early BKB, but then got pretty decent kiting potential for that.
Um,
Give me the TB. Armor's going to be nice. It's a good carry to carry matchup against the Tiny. You can get active early-ish. You don't need to show in lane too much. But it being able to farm the stacks that a Grimstroke is inevitably going to build for you. I want to see it. Anything you can think of?
no, I'm pretty happy with the Terrorblade, honestly. Yeah, I'm pretty happy if you give it over to Fortune Soul. I'm just trying to think of other heroes that we've seen them run prior, and if they even feel like I think you go for your carry because you are not so. I mean, you also see the mid matchup. So
I agree with your sentiments, right?
yeah,
Like they will have ways to deal with it. Spirit Vessel, Spirit Siphon, and Silver Edge eventually. But you needed something that was going to do damage early on because I feel like Patriots are
10
just going
seconds
to
remaining.
have too much too early on unless this Timber has
5
like the
seconds
perfect game.
remaining.
I don't know if Velky can play the Timber as well, but they can put it mid versus Conquer if they want to. So
Yeah.
there is some flex, but which I wouldn't hate seeing them doing just to give him solo experience and guarantee a
Radiant
good
team
lane where like no
team
shenanigans
ban.
are going to come out. And if you can get those early items picked up, I think it's huge. You really like this might be a game where Death Prophet has to go Spirit Vessel, which we have seen prior when you need a very early vessel to deal with Timber, because it might just be a bit too slow on Limb's Earth Spirit.
I mean, it might still be a 5 DP as well, right? Like
That's
you can
true.
see that
10
they're not
seconds
100% sure
remaining.
of what they're going to pick last for on
5
Kobold's
seconds
side,
remaining.
banning out the Viper, obviously another source of
Radiant
break.
team ban.
Yeah, you got enough
Dire
stuns, you
team
got enough
pick.
team fight, you got enough pick off. It's really just some magic damage would be nice.
On Patriots, they like Lesh a lot. They can Lesh. Lesh is very good versus Timber.
Yeah, but where would you put it?
You
Off
can.
lane?
That's true. Where do you put it, actually?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. I no, I don't like offlane with. Yeah, no. Okay,
5
never mind.
seconds
Never mind.
remaining.
I like the
Is it they
Batum.
Underlord? I mean, it's another strength hero into the Timber, but against
Yeah.
a DK and a Timber, not bad.
Yeah, I don't know if that hero is like a bait versus Timber. Because like percent damage on Firestorm's really nice, but seems like Timber just still does very well versus Underlord.
It's not just the Firestorm, it's also the Pit, right? Just allowing you to get more value out of the Spirit Siphon.
Sure.
Well, they instantly banned out the Terrorblade for Patriots after the Timber pick. So same wavelength. But what do you pick now? Like that's my concern. Like what is actually going to lane well into the Tiny? Monkey King is all I can really think of. Something that can somewhat go toe to toe with the Tiny if you get to the late game and is a strong laner. Doesn't really pair well with a Pugna though.
Yeah, I think the Wukongs, they won't get much out of it as well, which is a concern for me.
Against the Tiny, it's good. All that extra armor, you can actually just stand and man fight.
Radiant team.
But they have no one to keep them inside. Wow. Oh, back into the Razor is Patriots. Which
So this is probably an offlane Razor. Delul plays it a lot. He's been spamming it in his pubs as well. So I think this is a 5 DP, a 4 Earth Spirit, an offlane Razor, Conquer mid, Tiny one.
10
so maybe
seconds
it block
remaining.
picks.
It's no Kuroki Razor. It's no Pos 5 Razor.
Yeah,
5
maybe it's
seconds
like
remaining.
blocks a lot of carries that Kobolds would be hoping for with this last pick because it
Like
is
the monkey.
like the monkey, like pretty much like any carry doesn't really want to play into Razor. Need this
Except like Troll, maybe.
Drow
Drow.
Ranger. Choose your hero.
It's
I
not
feel
an
like you
easy
got plenty
draw
of
game.
ways. Yeah. I'm going Patriots pretty strongly this game.
I don't like offlane Razor, but I don't like this draw.
It's basically they're praying. Well, they do the mid timber as well, right?
Okay.
When's the last time you saw a mid timber?
Probably Sanctity or not ages
Yeah.
ago.
The last time I've seen a really successful mid timber saw was Limp playing for Alliance at ESL One Germany in like 2020, and he
That's a
dumpstered
while
a
ago.
Kunkka. He dumpstered a Kunkka with it, and it was a really good timber pick for the game. So if they're feeling really confident about their lanes, then it
10 seconds
literally everything
remaining.
needs to go perfect for
Yep.
Kobolds. They need to go really strongly out of the lanes. They need to group up
5
around
seconds
every
remaining.
single dragon form timing. This Timbersaw needs to pop off. You need to prevent them from getting their items like the Spirit Vessel. You need to kill the Death Prophet super early into the team fight so you're not getting the value out of the Spirit Siphon. It seems like too much needs to go completely perfectly. So with that being said, I'm going to say Patriots. Although the Razor probably isn't going to have a good lane now that he's up against the Drow, but I think the other ones should go fine enough. Or they'll be able to find farm elsewhere.
Razor should do okay though, right? Don't you just put more points in Plasma Field, which I think
Yeah,
you
you
did
do, yeah,
last
yeah.
time. Yeah, I can honestly see an avenue for Kobolds to take this because I think with one, I don't think Earth Spirit can ever rotate mid because they're Timber, and Earth Spirit really likes rotations. It's a big reason of how this hero can play in the early game and why you like to pick him just to help out mid, get a couple kills, snowball that lane, but that's not a possibility. I think you can get very active on Kobolds before, like Tiny's a hero that can come online early, but I think
So is Kunkka.
so is Conquer, but I feel like Conquer's not going to have a good lane matchup versus Timber as we're expecting. So I think this game is, and you're kind of reliant on Patriots with Exo cooldown, and if Conquer doesn't have a good lane, then you're relying on Lim's Earth Spirit to make plays, which
So you going for Kobolds?
I am not. I'm saying I feel like there is a very, like I also agree that I think their margin of error is like not easy to execute at all. But
Yeah.
I can kind of like, I can see a way.
Yeah. I think Lim, if he does make a rotation, it's not going to be to mid. It's just going to be to the safe lane, right? Because probably around the time that he picks up assuming it's going to be him going for an urn into the Spirit Vessel. Doesn't have any of the components yet, but he definitely is the hero to be able to do it now that this Death Prophet is at position 5. They also spotted out, I believe, where they had this ward happening. Go. Get a free one. But yeah, I feel like he just makes a rotation with that urn completed, and you get a kill on the Pugna, right? Lots of early charges into it, and then
30
use it to hopefully
seconds to
snowball
battle.
from there.
Maybe this is the series where we can break the 2-0 trend.
Could be. I think it will be.
Yeah, I think it will be as well. Maybe I have to go maybe I have to go KOBOLDS though, because maybe it's not the series. Maybe they have what it
Go on.
takes.
The battle begins.
Put your points where your mouth is.
Let's go
Look at these body
KOBOLDS.
blocks from UK, by the way.
And Delul might die. No, Stroke of Fate still on cooldown. It's going to take a lot of damage, though. What's the bounties looking like? A 3-for-1? Let's go, baby. I'm going for them as well. So, screw it. Well, the points where my mouth is. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Alright. They're there.
Hold on. Had he salved the DK? Because Jikroy just picked up the tree and immediately tossed it onto Skadi.
Oh.
And he was out of vision. Well, I'm pretty sure, so... How the hell he did that? Okay, he has to be a little bit careful here. Another blast. Oh, the fairy fire.
Okay, maybe I don't want to put my points where my mouth is. I saw bottom. I just saw one static link and kick. And then Fortune Soul just was brought down super low. They also sidestepped the Stroke of Fate, which was nice play from Delul, so that's a concern. Which isn't a concern is mid though. Velky's gonna body this matchup, although Mamung Dai is very comfortable on the Conquer, so pretty much how you play this lane is just Torrent, Tidebringer spam, and maybe even thinking about cutting the wave behind the Timber.
It's really only like level 4, I would say, is where you're really starting to worry on Mamung Dai. So let's see if he starts to build up stacks for himself or ask for his team to do a similar sort of thing. You can't lane into the Timber Saw past that point, I wouldn't think.
Going to be very difficult for him to get to that stage, but maybe it can be off the back of rotations. So maybe this is where we see KOBOLDS put some emphasis, which they're already doing as well from Philizla, to try and take away the water rune. So they really want to shut Mamung Dai down, but maybe they think about putting wards along the river just to see whenever Mamung Dai is thinking about rotating, kind of getting a little bit of a pick-me-up kill or assist on the side lane.
He's getting a little bit low. It's a nice little roll in by Lim to be able to get that slow off with the Boulder Smash, but still back off enough. And big thing for mine is, yeah, the Razor's suffering a little bit in terms of his CS, but it's a lot of money expended on regen coming through for the Grimstroke so far.
As long as they can keep the creep equally of him, though, in this position.
Wave so giant on the top side. Like, it's 2 full creep waves that they have pushing into them, and okay, doesn't look like you'll be able to get the pull off, but at least should be able to stack for the next wave.
UK's like, no, stick around, let me creep swarm you. But he is long gone, so DP's not going to get the kill, and like you said, they missed the pull as well. So Skadi has very good positioning with the creep wave at the moment. Pretty much got 3.5 full waves for free.
UK will be able to get this one, though. So the double camp, so this wave should be completely denied away. Even more so now the range creep gets the first few hits from it, so nicely done there by UK. Swing it back in Jikroy's favor. Mid lane, kind of going as expected. Now that it's that level 4 timing, though, feels like it's going to be much more challenging for Mamung Dai. Looks like he went over and took the small camp. Wonder if he's going to speak to UK and ask for a few of those stacks to start to be built up in his own jungle. As Fearlessla realizes that this is what he's looking to go for. Tries to spam out that...
bottom lane, Fortune Soul. Oh no, not like this. Delul, his offlane Razor spam paired up with Lim's Earth Spirit, securing first blood for Patriots.
Not your points, man.
Not my points, and now Moody. I got the creep wave to tank the tower for a little bit as well. Inkswell to hold them back. The kick is on point. Lim had 2 points in it, so that damage was enough to get a second kill down bottom for Patriots.
Has been killed.
Yeah, now Messi in the house right now. They're even able to, now that they've used all of their mana, they're just like, well, actually now we don't want to lane into this Drow Ranger. It is still a good lane for the Drow, all other things considered. And he's just saying, you know what, I'm going to take this double wave. I'm going to pull it behind my own tower, and then I'm just going to farm super safely here. So really nice laning done by the Patriots. Upside, Skadi being bullied out a little bit. UK now being level 3, feels so much more secure in being able to build up this farm. Again, though, the mid lane going very well for Valky. He's a little bit behind. He actually had to TP up before he had the X marks available to immediately bring him back to the lane. So even though he's level 6, he's not going to be able to take immediate advantage of it. Still though, still all basically level with the Drow in terms of net worth once he picks up this this creep wave here.
I think the main thing is that Conquer is able to meet back at this lane with the catapult, so he can try and clear that off. Might even be forced to use boat, because this is kind of a big window where Timber can tank the tower, but he kind of needs the creeps along with the Cardi to do a lot more of the damage. So eyes on how Dire look to deal with this.
I don't even think they necessarily need to. I think they just need to focus a lot more of their attention onto these side lanes. You can see UK completely zoning out both Skadi and Fearless Lara as a position 5. Very balanced. Thank you, Gaben. And it just leaves you free on... actually, they've got both runes covered here. So Lim will be able to prevent Valky from picking this one up in his bottle. It's a double damage, so not the greatest Timber rune, but giving him that extra mana. Couple of stacks as well inside of the Dire Triangle for the Conquer to be able to claim. Very important that he hits some of those early timings. Just went for the one bracer into the phase boots. Actually, Fearless Lar making the rotation through it. This is the difference between game 1 and 2, right? Like the Pugna is needed to do a lot of this damage onto the towers early on.
Oh, well, Pugna just gets ripped apart. Really nice rotation from UK to be able to get the kill in our bottom lane. The Lul already has the Eye of the Storm in the arsenal, so another kill on one of the supports.
Not the greatest Eye of the Storm game, just because it's physical damage. I know it seems like it's magical, you know, you're zapping people around, so Timber Sword not going to be great affected.
Very nice gust timing, pushes back the roll. Delul is committed onto the tower. He'll get the kill. But at what consequences? Valky chucks out a Chakram, an easy pick off, but Delul just TPs out. That is huge, because I mean, one, you get the kill on the Drow, you make it away, but you also now free up mid a little bit as Jikroy top should get a solo kill on Skadi. Yes, he does indeed. So Jikroy off to a flying start as well.
Yeah, anytime that this Timbersaw isn't just dominating a lane, I mean, Conquer should not be equal net worth to the Timbersaw at this stage of the game, and it's not even the Timber's fault, right? Like, the Pugna came wanting to put some pressure onto that tower. He's still a squishy Pugna, right? And Valky makes that TP, and Delul has the presence of mind to go on into the trees and TP away. So what should have been a dominant lane, not going to be the case. My real question is, who's going to go the Silver Edge? Because Conquer, Tiny, they're both really good candidates for it, but feels to me like the Tiny would probably be better served going for that Echo Saber into a Blink Dagger, just to be able to get that quick initiation.
Danog, they're on Fortune Soul again. A really deep ward, so Fortune Soul is going to try and cut through the trees. And back to the safety of the T2 tower, I believe. Or maybe it's not the safety. As Radiant, they're a little bit too late down. Lamung Dai trying to duel those two heroes. Lim's going to kick away Valky. Beautifully played from the Earth Spirit. And now Valky is going to be a bit cautious. 4 heroes, still not easy. The Timber Sword chaining.
The one shining light is, even though it's 1 to 8, it's less than 1,000 net worth lead for the Patriots, but it's really not on the right people. You know, like the Timbersaw, I don't think has had the completely dominant early game that he would have been expecting, and this Drow Ranger, it was last pick, right? And you were still able to punish it quite effectively in the laning stage. Just more kills being fed over.
This is huge for me. He's gonna get another kill over to UK. This is... He has to pop off. He has to pop off and win them this game for the lads on KOBOLDS.
Yeah, because at this point, Drow's not going to do it for you. She's certainly suffering a little bit. Greatest at being able to take the stacks either.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
See, they are eyeing up Velky. And they want every single hero they can possibly get. And they will end up getting Velky in the end. And we were just mentioning how important he was. He needed to snowball this game for KOBOLDS, and that is going to be his first death of the game in a very fast-paced move. Patriots are going to look to smoke us 3 and move to mid.
And mid's obviously the much more important tower to be able to claim, so Mamang Daya still has the TP available if he wants to join the rest of his team. His right-click damage is pretty decent to just take this tower out on his own without the assistance from the Exorcism. They're going to try and find Fortune Soul playing around the triangle area, or just someone to be able to more easily convert this into an easy mid-tier tower.
Oh, no.
TP's mid on Valky. That's the right thing.
Yeah, but Moody's actually not going to be killed off. An exo usage, but UK might not get much out of it with the burst from Velky. They're going to try and push him close to the tree line. Velky, a bit of a miss on the combo, but double kill for Fearless Lauren to look at the mind games. He's just committing his own life to shut down the Drow Ranger. He will be killed off at the sacrifice of this, and in the end, a 3 for 2.
It's a little bit slow on the TP coming through for Mamang Daya. He gets the bottom tier 1 tower for sure, but I feel like he absolutely needed to more quickly join the team. Went for an illusion rune bottle instead on the bottom side of the river, I believe, and I feel like if he's there, that doesn't happen.
Top lane, Scott is in trouble. Then once again rolling it. It seems like the Earth Spirit in everywhere. Just so much impact that Lim has been able to have in the early game.
Tower, Valky's doing a pretty good job of keeping this tower pressure in here.
Soulbind, but instantly broken with at least the live train, so they're going to be lacking damage. Now Jikro wants to turn this back around as, well, you need the numbers on KOBOLDS. They thought the duo support had the combination, but it wasn't cute enough. As now we're tossed in on UK. Philazar should be okay, but... And then across the map, you see Delors just running down Fortune Soul. Of course, he doesn't even bring him low, but he just stops him from farming. That's the main thing. And back to top we go as Jikro. Avalanche Soul back. Velky's gonna go for a TPR, but the silence! Oh, UK. Nicely done. Still Velky wants some revenge. He's angry with not being able to get the kill. Might not even get anyone.
Really long chain, actually. I think he will. He doesn't have any points left in the Spirit Siphon, so he's gonna hope that the neutral creeps don't give him away. Velky, his spidey senses were tingling, just wanting that free kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But I like the fact that Fearless La, he hasn't gone for, you know, the same cookie cutter build. He realizes, I need to be pushing. I need to be playing around this Timber Sword that's making space for me. You're not getting great value out of a Nether Ward against a Kunkka, a Tiny, a Death Prophet, a Razor. So, yeah, just go into that tower push, and I really like it. Really emphasizes the fact that he needs the Aether Lens as well to continue up the Nether Blast spam, and then you can go into the Tranquil Boots after you disassemble the Arcanes.
Patriots, so they have to be very happy with the start they had. 2,000 net worth lead. So game 1, they had the early advantage, which is how you were able to convert with this lead.
The tier 1 tower survived for quite some time. Skadi should be able to claim it. The Elder Dragon form. Fearless you can tell that he wants to just get in and toss that Nether Blast onto the tower. He's got really great cast range to be able to do so and end up taking it out. UK doing his job though. In the T-Ward off, breaking the smoke, tanking the gank. Making space for his cause to get more and more farm. So who is the one that's actually going for the Silver Edge? Nobody yet, actually. Among Daya going the first item BKB. Going to...
Jikro's in trouble bottom. He's got no TP.
Oh, they're pinging him though.
He is 1,000% dead. Oh no. Oh, Jikro. At least he takes someone to the grave with him. But Velky's getting more and more kills and working on the Kaya and Sanj. And again, he needs to be the one snowballing, and he's trying to do just that.
I have the Kaya and Sanj, but Spirit Vessel is about to be completed on Limb, and same with the BKB on Among Dire, who, by the way, pretty much the same net worth as this Timber. So we're still generally okay with how everything's
Saying
going.
they're looking to fight on
in
Scotty.
lane.
See if they can actually pull this off. Because KOBOLDS, they also want to bring the battle to them. Loki's going to chain in. Inkspell stun only onto one, but the big target Razor will be killed off. Nice reactions, KOBOLDS, showing that they are not going to let anyone die for free anymore.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Step lively now.
He's got that vessel coming out to him. I feel like you got to just wait for the Razor to be back up and available, and they probably want to go for an aggressive attempt beyond then. I'll let your courier die, though. Spirit Vessel, so important. Not just against the Timber, but the Dragon Knight and the Pugner as well. Looking up. Try and find another pickoff. Don't really want to take a full 5-on-5 fight into the Patriots right now if you're KOBOLDS. You want to find the pickoff. That's where you're excelling right now with the Timber Sword, with the Blink Dagger on the DK. Just be UK that ends up popping it, though. Surely would have wanted more.
Loki? See if they can kill him off.
know.
They have this Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, maybe.
But the life drain on the backline, instant silence going to prevent that. Beautifully played from Lim. Oh, that was huge. Lim's Earth Spirit once again proving to be an issue, but Scardy's going to jump straight into the river. Fortune Soul's even about thinking showing up, but he won't have the damage required, so it's all on Scardy to get the kills, but it will not matter. Now off to the left side, Among Dire. BKB TP's out. No one is dead. And now Jikroy, he wants to step in. He knows that KOBOLDS, they're broken in their formation, and Jikroy, oh, he'll further break them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's been able to pick up a ton of farm in recent times. I saw previously when he was farming bot, probably about only 2 minutes or so ago, he had about the same amount of gold saved up as he did now, but he didn't actually have the Aghanim Shard. So now he's got the Aghanim Shard plus almost has the Blink Dagger again for himself. So such a key timing. Lim, for me, is the real MVP so far this game. He's just been able to make kills happen in a lane that probably shouldn't have, get a nice early Spirit Vessel timing, find it onto the right targets, and even just little things like the kick away on the Dragon Knight there, preventing him from getting the follow-up kill onto Delul. So just doing everything perfectly on him.
Yeah, Lim has had a incredible game. We were kind of hyping his Earth Spirit up through the draft as well, and he's proving to not disappoint.
We're a boat come out here onto Buddy, just another free kill.
This cannot be. To the deeps with you.
You give him Among Dire his conquer, even if a tough matchup like the Timber lane, but he's 3-0 on 3, top of the net worth, and we haven't gotten the Among Dire treat of a conquer lately, but it's always good to see it occasionally. Jikroy, link to the backline, straight on the Timber Saw. Once again, the live train's going to be cancelled out.
Again.
Velky is okay. Might get away. Spirit Vessels are going to take him out. UK needs a little bit of damage, and he's going to put his on the line to be able to do so.
11 BKB on Among Dire. Still take the tier 1
lively
tower.
now. Your
Still kill
admiral
the
is on
Timber
board.
Saw. Everything's going well for him. Even get the Spirit Vessel charges replenished as well before they get the kill on the Earth Spirit. So nicely done. Another good rotation, another good effective use of the timing coming through. Immediate use out of that Blink Dagger coming from Jikroy.
2 deaths in a row now as well for Velky, so concerns for the Timber. He's now continuing to trail off a little bit in regards to net worth, but I guess one here that's picked up a little bit of farm is Fortune Soul on the Drow Ranger, but I mean, is there ever a stage in this game where Drow is going to feel confident?
Oh, maybe once the DK gets the BKB and you're not completely relying on the Timber Saw to be the one starting the team fights, because Timber Saw is still going to have a good game, right? But
Top lane, by the rune, Scotty's going to jump. Once again, Lim has the fault. Maybe this is able to disrupt KOBOLDS enough to keep the Lord Razor alive. It looks like Scotty drops the fireball. That'll secure the kill. And Lim once again. The roll to cancel the TP. Dude, Lim, we can't keep singing your praises, man. It's just rinse and repeat. You're doing so much work for Patriots.
sure they're going to place that sentry down pretty damn quickly. Most likely going to put it onto this high ground first, so get the immediate value out of it.
Dire's middle tower is under
No, that
attack.
has to be down somewhere, though.
The net worth lead is still growing slightly for Patriots. Nothing crazy, 3,000, but feels like you have. It almost feels like you have the game secured even with the 3,000 net worth lead. Because again, KOBOLDS just needed to snowball. Like this is a lineup that their margin of error was very, very low. So now that you're in this position, it's going to be very awkward to be able to capitalize and find a way back in.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
Yeah, it feels like they dealt with the early game menace that would be the Timbersaw, right? They put so much attention into making sure that Valky wasn't able to completely snowball. It'll become a bit easier for him once he picks up this Yule Scepter, but I feel like they can now churn their attention into finding and punishing Fortune Soul. Like, Timber doesn't have that 4,000 net worth lead that he probably should this game if they allowed him to just sit back and do whatever the hell he wanted. The Elder Dragon form popped, though. And a little bit preemptive as they don't have any smokes either, so a lot of this timing is going to be wasted. Allows them to get the BKB on the Razor, you've got a BKB on the Tiny, you've got a BKB and a Shadow Blade on the Kunkka. How do you lane up into this?
They might just target Valky once again.
Got to be there to actually connect with the team.
Smoke popped. A little bit indecisive. The Tiny was trying to go to Valky and the rest were going to the Grimstroke under the tier 2 tower. They will get Moody, and I think... Where are they going after? Oh, Fortune Soul is going to be quick. He needs a TP out.
Oh, no!
But he TP's right in the direction
Lim?
of the roll as Lim cancels another one. Now the rest of Patriots swarming to the location as they kill off the Drow at the claws of the boat.
What's going on here? He just keeps being able to land all of these great stuns coming through. They'll deal a little bit of damage to this top tower, and eventually they do pop the glyph after there's been a little bit of damage done to it with the Nether Blast and the Siege Creep. Honestly, hate Philosla to just stay up here. At the end of the day, you're still a support. Still want to try and take attention away from your side of the map, especially with this triple BKB timing that they've hit on Patriots.
Look at Lim already setting up on top. Jacroy is
Jacroy.
also almost killed Philosla, but yeah, Tree Toss is enough. Now do they get Valky as well? Lim roll on cooldown will not make it, but you
We'll let him miss one.
Yeah, it's okay. Because you get 2 tier 2 towers, couple of pickoffs across the map. You're happy for Patriots.
It's honestly nearly Roshan time, right? Maybe we might use the Exorcism to go tier 1 tower into Roche or the other way around. The team fight isn't the strongest on KOBOLDS.
Yeah, maybe this pickoff into Roche. Scotty. Still without BKB. The Dragon Knight's supposed to feel pretty tanky, but it's just showing how much damage Patriots have through the early stage. You're asking for the Silver's Edge as well. Mamung Dai just completed this, so Valky needs to be a little bit more respectful of Patriots.
Like Jikroy can just go ahead and backdoor this top tower. Right? There's no need to actually hit the creep wave. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all that it takes for Tiny to take out this tower. So stupid. Level 20. So he's got that status resistance as well. It's not massively important this game, right? Like, pretty rare, I would say, that he's going to get caught out with anything other than the Link Dragon Tail, but can't kill Tiny with the heroes that you've got in that just initial stun.
Yeah, Tiny's had an exceptional game. Jikroy 7-1 and 2. Kind of seeing both sides really show in this series how strong the Tiny can be. So I wonder if there's going to be, if we do get to a game 3, which we probably will, if there will be maybe the Tiny banned out or picked up very early on in the first phase. But at the moment, it's all Patriots.
For sure, KOBOLDS going for the 5-man smoke, though. They realize that we need to try and make something happen, particularly with the Yule Scepter on Valky. This would be a big kill. All right. So you feel so much tankier now on the DK and the Timbersaw when you're not having to worry about that Spirit Siphon being layered in onto you. It gives them at least some breathing room to be able to farm. Skadi needs that BKB of his own.
Yeah, you've got the one on Drow, but like you said, Scotty needs his, so this is him in like...
I don't know if you can Roche. Like, this is pretty slow, right?
Yep. Yep. Inside a close proximity area, Earth Spirit conquer honestly
That's the deal.
everyone. Yeah. They're gonna scout it out.
Tiny's a little out of position.
You gotta stay now though with how low Roche is.
The fake back, the smoke coming through.
Two masts on this brigand
Advantage
team.
on their side.
He'll take it with DD.
I mean, Tiny's here as well.
Oh, no. Oh, you gotta commit now. Someone's gotta commit for Roche. Look, get rid of the double damage rune. Velky's able to find the Aegis. But look at all the BKBs just instantly pop, and our Patriots are just swarming the backline. Fortune Soul's down. They've killed off the Aegis. Now on round 2 inside the river. Velky, I don't know how he gets out of this one. The chain control is there. The damage, well and truly, is Patriots. All they lose is Limb, but they're taking so much, and this is just seeming like inevitable now that they will take this game.
Do you ever get the bug with the plasma field where it like shoots a little cone orb in front of him? Because I just did, and it looked really cool. I wish they changed it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sometimes I do, but I have not
Radiant
recently.
structures are
Oh,
fortified.
they're even trying to get a pick off onto the Pugna, or at least prevent this tower from pushing in a little bit more strongly. At least forces it to TP back. And of course, it's a Tiny. See you later, tower.
Dire's bottom
See you
tower
later,
is
barracks,
under
along
attack.
with it.
Yep.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Probably not again, Kobolds. I remember. But even though I did pick Kobolds, we both said their draft had multiple flaws that could be penalized from Patriots. Of course, it comes down to if you can do so. Jikroy's, he's very split from the team. Just gonna try and TP out on the cover of the BKB, and it will be long enough duration to make it.
He wanted to try and get the free kill onto the Drow. Unfortunately, she's done okay with her farm, be able to come back somewhat, but I feel like the best Drow game overall. It really feels like maybe this game would have turned out differently if they went for that Terrorblade in the position of the Timbersaw pick.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Never know.
Unless we get a mirror of this game's draft in game 3, and instead they go for the Terrorblade, then that'd be very exciting. Then we get to answer your question.
Ah, clear sailing
Not
now.
if we get a game 3. The DP has to. It just has to. Like, there's no reason to let it. It's just so impactful.
You reckon they won this game because of the Death Prophet?
Pretty decent part of it. Spirit Siphon into 2 of these heroes.
Yeah.
Good.
Radiant's bottom
Silences
tower
coming out
is
from
under
him as
attack.
well as the Earth Spirit to stop the Pugna life drain.
Yeah, that do be kind of true. This hero's absolutely nutty, but they've also made the Earth Spirit look really
Dire's
strong as
top
well.
tower
So that's
is
big
under
props to
attack.
Lim for being able to pull off a hero that is not a meta pick at all. Look at Chick Roy. Just X him off the high ground. Just trying to poke and do whatever he can.
The BKB timing coming out for the Dragon Knight. Just about 500 gold away from Earth Spirit's BKB, so you're going to have quad BKB pretty soon. Honestly, wouldn't have even been surprised to see UK pick it up, as, well, that's the very way to go ahead and siege, right? Just X mark on a Tiny, he'll about 5 hit Arax and pull him back if he's in any kind of danger. Dia going for the Nullifier as well, so good luck if you're this this Timbersaw. The Yule Scepter, plus the Hood active, plus the Pugna
Oh,
Decrypt.
Chick Roy.
Doesn't matter. Like, they're just going to do this over and over again. What's stopping them? You have no burst damage.
And Fortune Soul.
Tower is under attack.
So worried about whenever he oversteps just a bit too far. Just Limb to jump. Razor can follow. Razor has Blink even. Almost level 18,
Step
so
lively now.
that to be
Your
3 points in the
admiral
eye.
is
The
on
Storm for the lull. And you said he's been spamming up this Razor in pubs. We have seen it. He pulled it out yesterday, right? Was it once or twice he pulled it out in the offlane?
And they tree-entered into it and made his life hell.
Yeah. Yeah, the
He
tree.
Tree and Protector.
It's quite a dope tree pick.
Twice. It was Razor Pango twice, and it was punished twice. So it was a learning experience at least. Liam
Dire
basically
are
has his
scanning.
BKB now. So has the ceremonial robe, so very nice. While I guess you've got ABs on at least 2 of the KOBOLDS heroes. But
What?
Silver Edge and a relic, my man.
He's got BKBs,
prevented
fine.
the Yules, the X-Back rather.
Ah.
Well, that's his nullifier basically completed as well. Never mind, I thought that was his career coming up, but it's a BKB for Lim that's on through. I don't know if you want to go in onto this though. You don't have the BKB available on Mamang Daya. Feels a little bit risky.
Okay. I do not know why they keep doing the same thing. This is about 5 times they've continued to do it and they've gotten nothing out of it. It just...
But maybe the 6th time.
Maybe the 6th time. Maybe the kill on the drow. But a decrep...
Doesn't he just BKB and hit it though? That's what I would do if you really want to commit that hard onto it.
So, what I was be expecting for them is someone needs to be cutting top. That lane is way too far shoved out, and they've been avoiding Radiant's triangle for quite some time. You've also have your own farm, your pretty much the whole map on your side that you haven't been farming. So just keep them inside the base. You haven't been able to hit the barracks. You've done barely any damage on the melee, and again, you've kind of tried it for 3 minutes. So, yeah, now go back, which they're doing, but... really doesn't matter. They have an 18,000 net worth lead. It just seems...
Radiant's
Tiny's got the
bottom tower
Daedalus,
is
Razor's
under
going
attack.
Oh, they're gonna
for
run into
the
Lim.
refresher.
It's
This
a
is what
pick off on a
happens if
support.
you don't pick off right in front of the base, though,
And
right? You've got the
Dalul,
freedom.
he's going
to
to try
come
and
out
charge down the rest of KOBOLDS to BKB with ease, so there will be no concern. But he's going to try and TP up, but Dalul has stolen way too much damage for them to be able to deal with, but they're not on Fortune Soul. I don't know if it's really going to matter, though, Drow. Multi-shots down the Death Prophet, but Jikro is able to jump to the backline instantly, focusing Fortune Soul. Is going to go for a BKB. TP, Jikro lost his tree. Will not have the right clicks from afar, so nice read from the Drow.
They've got so much more. They've got 2 heroes in the grave, most notably one of them being that core. Now,
Decrep might be enough, or maybe not. It doesn't matter. They get rid of it, and now Scotty is going to be killed off afterwards. He's got to buy back, but your base is in shambles. There's a full set of barracks advantage. Is now given over Patriots.
Is under attack.
buyback being used. Oh,
Yeah.
unfortunate timing coming through there with the pause. I'm assuming it's an FPS issue or something like that. They've got the glyph available, but how do you fight into this? Like, Tiny still hasn't BKP'd, even after all of that.
Iron Drow's dead, right?
Yeah.
Got Pike. Pike and Gust.
He just BKB though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can try, but I don't know. Where's the Pugna position? Pugna doesn't have force to get out. Yeah, they gotta wait a little bit to see how they can keep the Drow alive. That's the play. Oh, you can blink Dragon Tail. He's okay. He'll live.
BKB.
He'll live.
If you BKB, the Drow is...
Okay, never mind.
You set sail for
And he sees everything. I don't know. This is...
swing a cat in this
Pause a bit weird. Who's faster? Scarlet's got to click to... Scarlet's got to click twice. Jikroy's pretty much got to click once. Oh, actually twice because he has to top. Oh, not really because he's stunned already with Avalanche. Come on. Give me your predictions.
I'm not sure... I'm not sure Fearless reconnecting is going to change the outcome of this game, unfortunately. I feel like the outcome of this game is Tiny BKB, Drow die.
Not Drow die.
Yep. You can just blink forward on the Tiny, on the Razor, even if you get the decrep, that plus...
Instant BKB, multiple tosses, and Jikro is going to TP out in their face.
Just the Oracle, man. What can I say?
And the rest of Patriots have to get out of the area. They are circling around the triangle, but they've got wards down and among Dire and Dalur nearby, so they can honestly probably set up a blockade, and I don't think there's anything KOBOLDS can do.
Refresher available on Dalul as well.
Jesus Christ, Feelers. Oh my, he almost died from one cleave, and now Delor's in. Refresher. He's got another out of the BKB. They have the buybacks, but Delor's just going to TP out in their face. Another BKB TP out with no answers.
2 kills plus a buyback. Well worth it. What's Jikroy got? I honestly don't feel like they need anything more than what they currently have, right? They're going for style points at this stage. Aghanim Scepter queued up for Lim. He's looking to pick off someone like Skadi, who used his buyback previously. Never mind.
Well, that's a dieback on your Pugna. And even buyback on Grimstroke as well. Well, they will have Drow up shortly. Valkyrie's gonna need some help, man. Trying to get away from the aggression, but it will not matter as Dice surround the Timber inside the base. Now they're slowly moving to the Drow Ranger as well.
Can't kill the Tiny. Like, that's the thing. It's going to need to be the Drow doing 100% of the work, but just look at what happens. Just gets pushed away immediately, and it's still barely tickling this lineup.
Well, it's great reactions with the Hurricane Pike, but you need those things. You'd probably need even better things. Spellcasting in regards to kobolds. What's the probability? Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna say 98.
Wrong.
It was 95 like 10 minutes ago. I was thinking maybe they would have given him a chance.
10 minutes is a long time.
5 minutes ago, it was 95. And they were hemmed inside the base.
When's this gonna end? Like, how much net worth lead do you reckon Patriots will have?
42,000.
42, really? Oh my lord. I'm gonna go 36.
Yeah, they'll get the Roshan. They're able to claim a bunch of creeps. You might get another buyback as well out of someone, maybe, on KOBOLD's side, just to swing it a little bit more in the favor.
That is a very interesting spray.
What do you mean? It's beautiful.
Dire are scanning.
It
Are you a
makes
Simpsons fan at all?
I'm
You're
not
assuming
a-
you might not be.
I'm not a. Why? What?
Roshan
Because
has
New
fallen
Simpsons is
to
bad,
the
and that's all you were alive for.
When is old Simpsons?
Seasons 2 to 13 or so.
How?
And we're on season, like, I don't know, 20 or 30 something at the moment.
And when? What year would you put that?
In my day. But basically, the left hoodwink spray inside the Roche pit, it's kind of like warped, and there's a Simpsons joke on that, where Marge gets a face put on a t-shirt, and it's reminded me of that. I
Very
love
cool.
The Simpsons.
Very cool. Jikroy. Well, pretty much just tossing creeps and heroes left, right, and center. And all he needs is a couple more swings to kill off the barracks, but Scotty's gonna jump, drawn to the Conquer, but again, not an
What a
easy
roll.
kill. As Lim to the backline. All the chaos they would need to break the formation inside the fountain, but that might not protect them for too long, especially with a tidal wave to send them out, as Jikroy will end this game beyond godlike with a triple, and we have broken our 2 series curses. Well, 2 game curses, I should say. We're going to game 3, baby.
Just as planned. That's all I got to say. 37k net worth lead, by the way, so we're both wrong. Patriots able to close this one out. I mean, it just felt like it was a draft that was very hard to kill, and they didn't stomp the lanes. In fact, it was kind of the opposite on the back of some great individual play coming out from Lim. He really carried them through that early game, and they just never hit a key timing that they were able to abuse on KOBOLD's side. So game 3, probably the way that you want these elimination series to go, right? It's always, you don't want to go out of a tournament, even, qualifiers, 0-4. You want to at least take a game off someone so it doesn't feel like you're too far off the pace. And
Yeah.
well, that's going to be the case.
Yeah, like you said, the elimination series, you want to go the distance, and that's exactly what we get for our last series of the night, leading into Eastern Europe DPC as well. So exciting stuff soon coming up with Game 3 around the corner.